Yaakov, you're muted.
You hear me? You hear me?
Just about. Break up.
Yeah.
Clean the legs. I got no napkins. I mean, normally I'm sitting half in the dark, so you can't see if my lenses.
I heard
Better?
All right, this was wicked.
What?
This was wicked.
Okay.
It was insane.
Homer believes.
Chesam Beis, Omer Reb Levi, 2 dots. It's pretty. We're gonna try and do at least the blot now, and like this, we won't be so behind. Because of Yom Kippur, Tisha B'Av. Yeah. Chesam Beis on the top, second line down.
Chesam Beis too long.
Chesam Beis. We did Chesam at Aleph. For those that missed last night, we did Chesam at Aleph because we can't learn on Shabbos. And
Those who don't know, we started so. Serious? Just saying.
All those people know we started meat.
okay, Amar Reb Levi, Mishum Rameir. Shtei Sukkos shel Yotzrim, Zu lifnim bizu. If you have 2 Sukkos from Yotzrim is potters, but it literally means creators, right? One in front of the other. So you have the outer, you go in the Yerushalayim, you see the shuk. They have the outer room and then they have the inner room. So each one is inside the other one. Hapnimius ein a sukkah, v'chayeves mezuzah. The inside one is not a sukkah, and it's chayev and mezuzah, meaning the two go opposite. The reason why it's not a sukkah is because it's there a whole year round, so it's not recognizable that it's made for a sukkah. Therefore, since it's there for a whole year round,
Something with the roof, would that make it into a sukkah?
yeah, but you have to make it into you'd have to that's the next sugya. It's really it's the next Amud. Why the Gemara is bringing it? Why the Gemara is bringing it here when really it should be on the next? Yeah, it's the next Mishnah, but 100%. Yeah. If you do a mice in it, Chesam Beis.
This is only a malchus.
Well, that's yeah. V'chayeves b'mezuzah, and it's chayev b'mezuzah since it's a set house. It's a kavod bigger house. The chitzaina, the outer one, which is not meant to be lived in, so that could be a sukkah, because if you live in there on sukkahs, it's going to be recognizable that it's a sukkah. U'petura min mezuzah, it's patur min mezuzah, because a sukkah is patur from mezuzah, because it's a temporary dwelling. Temporary dwellings less than 30 days don't need a sukkah. Yeah. So by us in the bungalow colony, people put up tents. They don't have room for their kids, so they put up tents. And the kids live in the tents for 2 months.
Or RVs.
Oh, the tents. That's what they asked. They asking, should they put up a mezuzah on the tent? It's up 30 days. So they live in the tent for 60 days.
No, so 30 days limit. So you have to put up a mezuzah.
But it's a tent. But the problem is the tent is a temporary dwelling. Where are you putting it on a tent? Where are you even putting it? I don't know. I asked a couple of rabbis and they didn't really have it clear whether it's what? But this is only for a week.
You're a side for you.
Make a source of Pesach.
What do you mean? He's never living. No, but he never. Good, but he never lived. No, but you're right. But he never lives in this. Sorry, he doesn't live in there. They don't live in the outer. Now, why it's not a base shot? That's a different story. We're not going down that road. We're not going down that road. Okay. Grata, when I was checking the area today in Ulit, I saw somebody put up a sukkah. That's for the next Mishnah. Why? I don't know. Yes, somebody put up a sukkah in Ulit. Anyways. Yes.
Forget about the 30 days. Don't you need a tzuras HaPesach?
Obviously, we're talking about where it has the tzuras HaPesach.
I mean, what tent? You've seen a tent with a door?
Oh, yeah. What do you mean? Every tent has a door.
No, but it doesn't have a top and sides.
Sure it does.
It's all
tent
fabric.
has a door. Tent has a door. No?
That's what I'm saying. There's source of Pesach.
No, but where are you putting the mezuzah? It's a flimsy piece of little nothing.
You make a pole.
I'm saying so. There's no tzuras
Maybe.
I
HaPesach.
need a mezuzah here.
You need a mezuzah here.
Well, how many do you have here? That's the question.
You have Sukkos all the way
Yeah,
around.
but there's no, because it's not. It's meant to hold up the house. It's not. It's meant to hold up these are not considered. They're meant. There's no doors here. Where's the door? The poles are meant to.
No door.
Right. No, but even the poles, it's not a door
But when
because
it
it's
was
meant to hold
closed,
up the thing.
The Windsor, you had.
Right.
All right, listen. We're going to discuss mezuzah when we get to menachos. Be'ez Hashem. We got a lot of
long time.
siyumim to get to that point. Okay. So Gemara says, "V'amai." This is what Gershon was sort of asking. V'amai to have a chitzonik a beis shar. Apnim is with the schayah b'mezuzah. Like the outside should be a beis shar, right? A beis shar means a gateway. And we know the halach is that you need, even if the room itself is not chayav mezuzah, but since it leads railroads into another room, so then it's going to need a mezuzah, even if it's not daled al daled. So Gemara answers b'shum delay kviya. No, the whole thing it's temporary. The whole thing is temporary. Since it's temporary, it does not need a mezuzah. Fine. Tana Rabanan ganbach. Yeah, now the way the Gemara goes through this is very interesting. So ganbach, which stands for Sukkas Goyim, which means that Goyim built the Sukkah, Sukkas Nashim, women built the Sukkah, Sukkas Behema for animals, right? And Sukkas Kusim for Kusim, which a Kusim is a machlokes where the Geria rise, right? Sukkah, and then Sukkah Mikol Mokum, a Sukkah from any place. Ksheira, it's kosher, but it has to properly have schas. Meaning these are 4 buildings, not buildings, but 4 temporary huts that are normally meant for shade, and they're all going to be kosher as long as that has proper schach. So the Gemara asks, "My kehil chasa." What does it mean? Kehil chasa. Amarav Chista v'hu shasa l'tzel. It has to be made for shade. If the cover is not made for shade and it's just meant to so I don't know what else it would be there for. Right? What else would it be there for? Not for shade, maybe. Well, rain. I don't know. Rain would also be similar to shade. It has to be made for tzel. If it's there just, I guess, for design, maybe it's made for design, then that's not going to be good. Huh? Right. So what does that mean? What's the about? Private sell doesn't have to be the shape. No, but it means it has to at least be put up there for shade purposes.
Shade and sun. That's what the Gemara defines whether it's kosher or not based on how much shade it is and how much sun it blocks.
Correct.
So it has to be sun. It's nothing to do with rain.
No, that's true. Okay, so you want to? Okay, maybe. Okay.
This is because Decker Sukkah shape sail Sukkah schach means sail.
Correct.
Actually, the word schach.
I don't know if it means to do it on.
What?
Yeah, I don't know if it means. Okay, I hear. So sukkah mikom makom lasuyim. When it says a sukkah mikom makom, what's that coming to include? Lasuye sukkas rakpash. It's coming to include sukkas rakpash. The Tana Rabanan sukkas rakpash, which is sukkas royim. It's a sukkah of shepherds. Sukkas kayotzim. Those are there to watch. They watch the figs, the fig watchman, which I think is my dream job. I don't know if I do anything more than fig watching, but it sure sounds like a good job, right? You want to watch the grass grow?
No, but every day.
You got to dry them out.
You would never be able to do it.
Okay.
Because there's no big crop.
I hear. Okay.
They don't write the same
Yeah,
job.
in those days, that was a skill job.
So you gotta. Okay, but you sit in a hut and you watch
Yeah,
the.
you watch to see which ones are right.
I hear. Okay. Sukkah's Borganin, right? That's a. Borganin is a watchman. That's an Erevin, right? Sukkah Shoimrei Paris, and those that watch Paris. So essentially all the same thing. It's a watchman's thing. So Sukkah Mikol Makom. Then it says again the same thing. Sukkah Mikol Makom Ksheira. As long as it has the proper schach, makil chasa, that it's got to be meant for shade. Sukkah Mikol Makom Lasuye Mai. What's a sukkah mikol makom coming to include? Lasuya sukkah's ganbach. It's coming to include a sukkah's ganbach. So now basically we have the original Gemara talks about sukkah's ganbach, and then it says we're coming to include sukkah's rakbash. And then the other one is saying rakbash, and it's coming to include sukkah's ganbach. So what's going on here?
It says it's supposed to stop still possible. You have to find the line that you have to put it up.
What do you mean?
Meaning, like you just mentioned before, but like Sukkah up in the middle of August.
More than 30 days before Sukkah. So
More
it's
than
still
exactly.
No, but I think that's not what
That's
I
not
think the
kil
Gemara is
chasas?
not handling that. No, I think it means kil chasas, that it has to be there for shade. Shade.
Nothing to do with the time frame.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't think. No, this is not the time. The time frame is the next mission.
People that are working the fields and having the sukkah for sheep, that's all year round. It's not-
Right, but that's fine. Then you have to worry about
It's fine, you have to
correct.
stop or
That's
something
an
like that.
addition. That's after this. Meaning, first thing is that got to be made for shade. After that, then you got to worry about time.
Even if this was put up within 30 days, it would still need to be to raise the mouse even.
Yeah. Correct. Right.
Even within 30 days.
Which we're going to
So it
see.
wasn't
Yeah,
rejected.
we're going to get that in the next mission. So High Tana the Ganbach. So the Mandover that learns Ganbach, which is Goy, Nashim, etc. Alimale Ganbach. Ganbach to him was more pashut, more simple. That's included. Mishum de Kvi, because that's more. Those are kavua. Those structures don't move. The katana mikol makam lasuye rakbash deloikvi. He says that the mikol makam is coming to include rakbash, which is less kavua, so it's a bigger chiddush. Right? First, he's teaching you the less. What? You're right. It's supposed to be arai. It's supposed to be arai, but it's a bigger chiddush that you're going to allow it as a sukkah. Because it's going to be here for a little bit, and then they take it down and they move it. What? It's true, but it's 100%. But Lamaisa, to say that this thing we're using as a structure when it just happens to be randomly up is not. It's more of a chiddush. I'm not sure. Could be. Yeah. And the other man, the Haitana, the Rakbash, Shalimele Rakbash, he says Rakbash for sure needs. Because the B'nai Chiyuv Ninu, because they're B'nai Chiyuv. The ton, meaning the people of Rakbash need, the Shomrim are men that require sukkah. So it's not such a chiddush to say that their temporary sukkah that they use as a watch place is going to be kosher as a sukkah. But the other ones, right? The Tana, correct. The Tana, they call Makam Lasuye Ganbach, the La B'nai Chiyuv. Those that are Ganbach, those are not B'nai Chiyuva, so we're saying that they're still included. So that's why there's two different mandomim there. Okay, Zok the Mishnah.
Is there a reason that the Gemara calls the guy here after the Are you allowed to go into a Sukkos house if you
are you allowed to go?
use it?
Why not?
Because you know if help my house.
I don't know.
Presumably he is at home too. So probably here also.
Tiago,
Yes.
tell Gershon that's for after the daf.
I'm going to eat it out. Okay, Peretz is already commenting that you should keep quiet.
Hey, that's after the daf.
Peretz, you'll have longer time for your cigar, Peretz.
Try muting me now.
All right, Sukkah Mishnah, yeah? Sukkah Yeshanos. This is one of the more interesting Mishnayos in Sukkah, yeah? Sukkah Yeshanos. So you have an old Sukkah. Beshame Paisinu, Besilah Machine, Beshame says it's possible, Besilah says it's kosher. Be'ezi Sukkah Yeshana. What's a Sukkah Yeshana? Kosher Sa Kardam L'chag Shleishim Yom. If it was made before the Yom Tiv, by 30 days before the Yom Tiv, then it's considered old. So this fellow today in Ulit, but he didn't put up the stop. The stop was not up, just the door. Yeah, he put up the walls. With the lights too. Avol, Imasol L'Shem Chag, but if he does it, if you make it L'Shem Chag, then I feel Mitchilas Hashana Ksheira. Right? So if you do it by the beginning of the year, then even
Which year?
what?
Which year?
You mean this was Rosh Hashanah? This Rosh Hashanah starts Shloshim Yom.
So that's.
He's saying it's lowering the
I don't
time
know.
frame. Sachayra means B'tchilas Hashanah. Sachayra means B'tchilas Hashanah from the last year. Yeah. But it means, it could mean really from Nisan.
Two shots. One is from Nisan, one is right at. I think the Bartolomeo is right at Sukkos. Says Nisan.
Yeah. I remember
maybe the other way around.
Somebody says from Sukkos. Yeah. Okay. So, anyways, but that's the machlokes Beishamai B'Silo whether a Sukkah Yeshana is a problem. My time with the Beishamai. Why does Beishamai say that it's a problem? On Makro, because the pasuk says, "Chag Sukkah Shivas Yom L'Hashem, Sukkah Asuyi L'Shem Chag B'Inon." It says Chag Sukkahs. It should be 7 days to Hashem. So it needs to be a sukkah that's done L'Shem Chag. Beis Hillel. What's Beis Hillel going to do with that pasuk? And we buy a little bit of Sheishes. I'm Rav Sheishes. Shimon Bekiva. How do you know that Atzei Sukkah are also all 7 days? It's 7 days to Hashem. Yeah. So this is probably one of the more confusing halachas that goes on by Sukkah. Because what's the Gemara saying here? That Sukkah is muksa for all 7 days. Right? So people think that the muksa of the Sukkah is the same as muksa on Shabbos and Yom Tov. It's not the same muksa. Meaning on Shabbos and Yom Tov, if a piece of the schach falls down, so you can't move it because it's muksa because of Shabbos. Right? But if on Chol Hamoed a piece of the schach falls down, pick it up and put it back. What it means muksa there is you're not allowed to use it for your own benefit, but for the sukkah's benefit, it's 100% mutter. Meaning on Shabbos and Yom Tov, it's muksa because it's not anything that you normally meant to be moving on Shabbos, therefore it's muksa. But on the rest of Yom Tov, it's only muksa for you to use it. Like we'll see later on, you can't use the wood for a toothpick, right? That's a separate muksa. It's huksa l'mitzvasa. It's huksa l'mitzvah.
Why? Because
Same as Shabbos.
I understand. Because why? Because you're putting something or what?
No, because it's huksa to which one? On Shabbos? It's muksa like any piece of your house is muksa.
You can't touch that.
Correct. You could touch it, you can't move it. Huksa l'mitzvah so that it's muksa a whole Chol Hamoed. It's muksa not because you can't move it. You can move it all you want. You're just not allowed to benefit from it because it's Hashem's sukkah. You're not allowed to have personal benefit. For what?
If you move your schach, right?
No, but
you're still kosher.
No, but let's say you want to take a piece of wood from the schach and use it as a toothpick. You're not allowed to, right? But if the schach falls down or the noise sukkah falls down, so people kick it away on Chol Hamoed, oh, what's the problem? Pick it up and put it back up. But that's not called muksa the way Shabbos is, right? We'll get to that more in a couple of blocks. That's true. This is also a pasuk from the Torah. Very good. The Tanya Rabbi Yehuda ben Beseira, Shem shechal Shem Shemayim ala chagiga. The same way Shem Shemayim is chal on the korban chagiga, kachal Shem Shemayim ala sukkah. Shem Shemayim is chal on the sukkah. Shenemar chag sukkah shivas yom lashem, ma chag lashem, af sukkah lashem, which we could take in the 9 days. This is taka, right? Meaning your sukkah has the same chashivas as a korban chagiga, right? That's in that the Gemara is saying, right? To me, we unfortunately don't have. Hopefully this year we'll have a korban chagiga. But if you don't have a korban chagiga, your sukkah has the same chashivas as a korban chagiga, right? Beishamai, Sigmar says Beishamai nami v'oilei lahachi. Beishamai also should need it to tell you to ask kedusha. And a chanami, elamai tamar de Beishamai was read Beishamai. Oh, ksukra achrina because it says a different pasuk. Chag sukkos tasa l'chashivas yomim. Sukkah asu l'shem chag v'in. And it says sukkah chag sukkos should be for you for 7 days, and the sukkah that's made l'shem chag v'in. Ubeisila, what's he doing with that pasuk? Planes here are a lot bigger than upstate.
But you into that X, it's a little back.
Correct. The bugs there are a lot bigger.
Right?
The bugs there are a lot bigger. Okay, according to Beisilo, that the chiddush is to tell you that you're allowed to make a sukkah on Chol Hamoed. Beishamai holds like Rabbi Eliezer who holds that you can't make a sukkah on Chol Hamoed, right? If you hold it, you can't make a sukkah on Chol Hamoed, so all those pop-up sukkahs are out of business, right? And by the way, you're allowed to make a sukkah on Chol Hamoed. It doesn't say you're allowed to take it down on Chol Hamoed, right? So those guys that go upstate for Chol Hamoed, they want to take down the sukkah. Really not push it at all that they could take it down.
But to put it up.
Pop-up sukkah also, meaning if you take it down to put it back up, yes. But that last time you take it down, you got a problem.
So if you take your sukkah down on a trip, you come home the next, Hoshana Rabbah morning, you pop it up, eat something down there.
Right.
You're good to go.
No, right, but then
You're
you can't
okay.
take it down.
No, what I'm saying is that you all call them
As long as you put it.
Yeah, the next morning you sit next to your big sukkah and you pop up sukkah. I feel like Gershon. I bet you put up the pop up sukkah, you get a little something Hoshana Rabbah, and then you're good to go.
Yes.
To put up the pop-up sukkah, it's not good.
It is, well, according to Rabbi Eliezer, it's not good, but we don't pass it. Correct. According to Rabbi Eliezer, it's not good.
But Sviakli,
Talk is like Basilio, then you could. Somebody saying something? Simon? Hold on, Simon is talking.
yeah, Simon's talking. Simon's talking. What about those guys? What about those guys that everyone was giving about cars? You have to open up both doors and stuff like that. If you could do that if you could do it on Chol Hamoed, then you can't drive the car theoretically. You're not supposed to break it down. How did they even give stock that they can do something like that then?
I don't know. I don't get what you're saying. You do what?
If you were driving and you're traveling, they say you can make a sukkah out of your car by opening both
Oh, out of
doors.
your doors, right?
How do they say you can even do that then? How is that even possible?
That's okay because you're allowed to build a sukkah. I mean, how do you take it down?
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, and a hanami. I'm not so sure how you take it down. I don't know.
You just said
Same-
use it one more time.
Yeah, it's also if you use it right. If you use it at home when you get home, then you got to leave the doors open the whole second.
Yeah, but pop-up
I don't
sukkah,
know.
a pop-up sukkah makes more sense because you can at least re-pop it up somewhere and just throw something on.
So you can do the same thing with your doors.
Yeah, but car door, what do you do? Leave it open for 7 days?
I don't know. And a hanami, you're right. I don't know. Okay, so let's see weiter. Ubeis Hillel, Leslu, the Rav Yehuda Marav, Dama Rav Yehuda Marav, Asam bin Akaitzin. Now this is talking about tzitzis. Yeah, we're covering all the bases tonight. Mezuzah, sukkah, tzitzis. Yeah. Asam bin Akaitzin. It's not. Kaitzin means thorns, but it doesn't mean you're making tzitzis out of thorns. It means that the wool that you're making the tzitzis from is like thorny. Right? And from little strings, there's also types of strings. Psula, then it's puzzle. Meaning what happens is you attach these tzitzis onto the garment, and then you made them into proper tzitzis. So that's no good because when you attach them to the beggar, they would know a puzzle. But if you do it from a ball of yarn, then it is kosher. Yeah. So Amrisa made the shmuel. Amrli afmin asisa namibzu. He said even the season is puzzle. So you see that it needs to be woven, the tzitzis need to be woven lishma. So you should also need a sukkah that's made lishma, according to Beis Hillel. Beis Hillel says you don't need a sukkah lishma, but you see from here that you do need a sukkah lishma. So more answer, Shani Osam. There's different. There it says you should make yourself tzitzis. Gedilim is tzitzis. Lecha l'shem chayv. It's for you, for your shem chayv. So we have a special pasuk by tzitzis that tells you that you have to do it for the shem chayv. Meaning it has to be done l'shma.
How does that work? Every other lecha in the Torah darshan the exact opposite.
Right.
Lech lecha.
What? Go for yourself and not for.
Lech lecha for yourself.
And
no chayv. Dealing tas lecha all of a sudden. Oh, it's chayv.
First of all, it's loch, not lecha.
What?
It's loch, not lecha.
You're right. I'm sorry. Right. I'm sorry. You're right. It's Gilil Tasa
So I don't know if a whole vart works of lecha works if it's loch.
No, I don't think it's a difference. He's tiny. It's not lecha. It's loch. It's
the same gematria.
Same gematria. That's true. John, it's asking Basila. How else? Why else is Beisham saying it? Rashi says Beisham needs a lishma. That's what Rashi says. Right. Right. I hear. I don't know.
I thought the doctor because it's Rav. Rav can't argue with Bisham.
Correct.
Unless you say Rav Tanu Rav. But until then, he can't argue. So Bisham and Bisham both.
I hear. Okay, let's finish it off. Anyway, so it's Gdilim Tasa Loch l'shem chayv, right? Loch for your chayv. So we're saying therefore tzitzis has to be done l'shma. So Gemara says Hachanami Chag Sukkos Tasa Lecha. Correct. We did not make a siyum on shkolim. So tomorrow make a siyum on shkolim with leftover meat. Tomorrow afternoon.
No, but we finished calling.
Yes, we finished it. Yes, we finished it. Yeah. Very good. Very good.
So no, should we make it on Friday night?
So anyways, so Hachanami Chaga Sukkos Tasa Lecha l'shem chayva. So Gemara says, when we buy the Mute Gzola, that comes to tell you that a stolen sukkah is a problem. Hasamnami mi buy the Mute Gzola. So by tzitzis also you should need it to tell you that you're not allowed to have stolen tzitzis. So Asam Siv Krachrina there it says another pasuk for Asu Lahem. What? Tzitzis, no, but just not stolen. Just not stolen. I don't know if it needs to be. You can borrow. Borrow it. But you don't make on a borrowing. You don't make a bracha. You borrow. You don't make a bracha. You don't make a bracha when you borrow. Yeah, correct. Talis and shul is a whole ace. It's not a same. If I walk in the shul, then it's fair why you don't make a bracha.
That's why you know, but it's yours.
Right. So then why don't we make a bracha when you use the talis in the shul?
We're talking about the mitzvah deraisa, putting tzitzis on a bag.
Correct.
We're talking about wearing a bag of Rabanan. That's the bracha.
No, that's when you wear it.
You don't make a bracha
No,
doing this mitzvah.
no, but when you wear talit conscious, you have to put on tzitzis. The thing is, so we put on that we
put on a four-corner bag with
correct, but
tzitzis. You have to put-
no, we put on a four-corner bag.
That's a mitzvah Rabanan.
No, it's not. It's a
You
nice.
have to wear tzitzis.
There's no heat to wear tzitzis, but if you're already wearing tzitzis, it's a Rabanan to put yourself into the rice. That's the way I always understood it.
This outtake is to put it on. That's a
Yeah.
Rabanan.
Yeah.
Right? Mitzvah is Rabanan.
Yeah.
The Gemara is talking about, are you mechuyev to put on tzitzis on the second install?
Yes. All right. Let's finish up because it's probably hard for you guys on the Zoom to hear. Anyway, so Gemara says Hasam Nami Baile the Mutek Zula. We should also need it by Sukkah tzitzis to tell you that you're not allowed to have it stolen. So Hasam Ksiv Krachrina Va'asulahem, you should make it for yourselves, Misha Lahem, from yourselves. Right? So therefore, meaning it should be yours, not stolen. So we have enough for both. Okay, I guess we'll stop here. But there's one major thing. So who do we pass like? There's one thing that's very.
Why do I need a pasuk to tell me not to use something stolen? Isn't that one of the asserts that
we don't need a. He's asking, why do you need a pasuk to say that you're not allowed to use a stolen thing? Right?
Why wouldn't you do that?
He's saying, well, you said you were allowed to use somebody else's thing.
If I stole it, I own it.
Right. So that's what it's not saying that you can't steal it. What it's saying is that you can't. What it's saying is that even if you did steal it, Lamaisa, if you wear it, you're not yours. Abadi, you're not allowed to steal it. Abadi, you're not allowed to steal it.
Why don't we
One
say
second.
Why don't we say
Because it's two different things.
So when you steal something,
One second. So there's one. One second. I just want to say this before we stop.
But don't we have to do more? Don't we have to do more tonight? Don't we have to do more tonight?
We already did an Amud, so it's fine. We're Amud behind. So tomorrow we're going to do a blot and change, and then we'll be fine. Today's Ches. We already did tomorrow. One Amud for tomorrow. But Lamaisa, who do we pass in? We pass them like Basil. We pass them like Basil. So why is it that everybody moves up the Schach? Why are you moving up the Schach? We lost the Olam here already, so now I'm on Zoom. Yeah, so
what do you mean? I'm here.
Saying, why do you hold that you have to pop up the sign? Everybody that has a sukkah up a whole year, so we know you got to pop up the sign. Why? According to this hill, sukkah yishon is mutter.
No, but you gotta play with it.
Why?
Don't you listen to 30 days?
This hill doesn't care. So Toisis on the top Toisis brings a Yerushalmi that says even Beis Hillel is maida that you got to do something to the schach. That's why the reason why we move the schach is not like Beis Shammai. We don't pass like Beis Shammai. We pass like Beis Hillel. If you didn't do it, it's not going to pass. I thought to look at it today. I didn't have time to look. B'diavad, it's going to be okay because the mice, according to Basil, you don't need it. It's because they just see Yerushalmi in the top places that says that's all. All right, tomorrow 10 to 6. 10 to 6, Bez Hashem. All right.
You're in town Shabbos. They do something.
Why?
Rabbi, which Taisus? Which
Top
Taisus?
Toises.
Are we done here?
Amar Rav Huna?
But I keep talking.
Quiet already.
That's
What's
right.
with this water here? What is
That I don't know. I don't think it's
Excuse me, I can't.
What are you saying?
When you ended on Testament, where'd you end just now?
Testament Aleph.
Isn't today? Is it?
Tomorrow's daf is test, Naftali.
Oh, I had the. Okay, fine. Okay.
Today's daf is ches. Today's daf is ches.
Today's daf is ches, and we did a half an Amud of ches yesterday.
And we did a half test, so we're already halfway through tomorrow.
Okay, fine.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Liner, you have no excuse. There's nothing going on. You should have known what plot we were up to.
No, I came home because my wife, whatever.
You're sitting there in quiet and peace. You should have known what we were doing.
That's what they learned. That's what they
No,
learned.
because look in the Tosis. Look in the Tosis. All right.
Thank you very much. Have a safe trip back.
Reb Rafe, we missed you. All you guys, we missed you. Mike was here. Tigers, we'll get you the next one.
On the picture.
I'll be there next week.
Where is
Hey,
Rafe?
I'm here.
Shalom Aleichem, Rafe.
Hey, Penny.
Oh.
Mazel tov, brother.
Baruch Hashem.
Rafe.
Aaron.
Rafe, Benny ate your dessert. He saw you had flesh there in Chicago, but he ate your dessert.
All right, Rafe.
I'll see you soon. Yemir Hashem.
It's always good to see you. Baruch Hashem. Baruch Hashem. Yeah. For years, he supports me every. And he's getting married and he's staying.
And she's not getting away with it. By the way, my wife sent me crazy shower.